signs, he clearly, absolutely has no feelings for you. How do you know when a man has no feelings for you? Hello, my name is Chengi. I'm your dating and relationship teacher and principal here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where I teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. Can I get an amen? Amen. Okay, let's talk about when a man clearly has no feelings for you. It would seem obvious, but sometimes men have us in our feelings, our delusions, our subconscious mind can have us believing that the signs we're looking at could mean something else. It could be something else. So I'm just going to outline it for you so you know it's absolutely nothing else. This is what it is. He has no feelings for you. Number one, he disregards your boundaries. Whenever you set a boundary with a man and he hears it, he's going to do the same thing again. When you say, I really appreciate it when you don't do this, and you speak to him in the most feminine ways, and he does it again. It's not because he didn't hear you the first time. It's not that he didn't hear you the second time. It means that he doesn't actually care about his actions and how they impact your feelings, because he didn't come here for a relationship where it's reciprocal. He came here to take what he wanted, and if these boundaries are in the way of what he wants, he's gonna stomp all over them. So if you find that you're presenting a boundary to a man and he's disregarding it, seemingly minimizing it, it's because he actually does not have feelings for you. When a man has feelings for you, he hardly even needs to be told what the boundary is, because he's going to be so attuned to your small movements, the look on your face, the way your energy shifts, to know that this is something she doesn't like. I remember dating this guy once, and I don't know what I did, but he said to me much later, oh, I know you don't like that, I know you like this. And I was like, you do? And he was like, yes. I was like, how do you know? Because I know I didn't tell you that. And he said, well, it's just the way your face looked when I suggested whatever. I realized that it's not something you like. You don't like this. And I was like, you're 100% correct. He didn't need me to articulate what I don't like. When a man is completely into you and he cares about your feelings, he's going to observe the way that you are around certain topics, around certain things, and he's going to pull back and be respectful around that. And so he will observe your boundaries if he cares about your swans. Is the new portal for the Black Swan Relationship Academy. The House of Swans is where you will be able to completely access me and those of you who are serious, focused, and committed to your Black Swan journey. In the House of Swans, you will get access to many of the courses in the academy depending on your subscription level, but most importantly, you will get the exclusive courses I am creating only for the women in the House of Swans. So far, we've been talking about the power dynamics between men and women, sharing things that I will never share on public platforms, giving you insight so you understand how power flows between the masculine and the feminine. I'm also sharing about how to be completely and totally unforgettable in the bedroom, how to get a man to be completely and absolutely generous with you. And all you have to do to be a part of this elite society is to click the link in bio. And if you're watching this on Instagram, comment the word swans and a link will be sent to you. Love you lots. Next one is he will scoff at your standards. I'd love it if I like it when a man takes me to dinner, or I like it when a man does A, B, C, D. And it's like, ha, if you're looking for that kind of man, I'm not that man. I'm not that man. I had a client who loves flowers. So I said to her, why don't you just tell him you really love, you love it when a man buys you flowers. It's so special. So she went up to him and said, oh, I love it when a man buys me flowers. Now, a man who loves her would have sent those flowers the next day or waited for an opportunity to send her a lovely bouquet of flowers. However, he was like, ha! If you think I'm that guy, I'll never be that guy. It's a waste of money. Why do women even like these things? Blah, blah, blah. When you get that sort of reaction from a man, he doesn't care about your feelings. He doesn't care about making you happy. He doesn't care about being a part of your happiness, because we can't make each other happy per se. But he doesn't care about being a part of or promoting your happiness or doing anything that would inspire happiness in your life. He is here for what he wants, and your standards happen to be an unnecessary protocol from him taking what he needs from you. A man who doesn't care about your feelings will expose you to danger. I had a client once, she was dating a guy, and they'd had an argument, and they weren't feeling each other at the time. They weren't really happy, but they'd gone off to see some family and friends. And so the friends and the family were like, why don't we all just go out and just have a dance? Because obviously they were trying to disseminate the energy between these two people. So they took them to a club. Now, she's not really much of a clubber. She's not really interested, but she went along for the sake of it in the hopes that perhaps they would dance, listen to something, hear something, and break this horrible toxic energy between them. They went to this club, and this club was teeming. It was full of people. It was a little bit dingy, not quite her style, but he took her anyway. And he stood by the corner all night. He did not talk to her. He did not speak to her. She turned around and said to him, darling, I need the toilet. And he basically pointed to the toilet, which was halfway across the club with all sorts of men, and he watched her traipse and push her way through to the toilet. And it was another guy who was like, you look lost. And that other guy met her halfway, took her to the toilet, stood by, make sure she was safe. When she left the toilet, he gave her a kiss on the cheek because he was trying to be funny, but at least he'd kept her safe and delivered her back to where she was standing. When a man cares about your feelings, no matter how upset he is, he will never leave you in danger. Anything could have happened in this club. It was dark. It was strange people. People were doing crazy things, and he didn't care if she went there and came back in one piece. In fact, he just did not care how she made it through. And in that moment, I told her, this man does not care about your feelings, which means he doesn't care about you. If a man allows you to be exposed to danger, if he doesn't take your safety and security safely, if it takes you to places and abandons you in those places, he is exposing you to danger, and he does not care about your feelings. Whatever other story you want to tell yourself, that's up to you, but it is not the truth. The truth is, he does not care about your feelings. He isn't there for you. When life happens, as it does, this man is not going to be there for you. He's not going to be there at the funeral. He's not going to be there when everything hits the fan. I remember when I was dating and my father died, and I remember calling the guy I was with at the time, and he came, and bless him, he was really sweet for that one night. Then he disappeared for the rest of the time. While I was struggling and trying to get it around my head that my dad had passed away, and all of the stuff that happened, he would not pick up my calls, he would not text. He had done his one day, and that was all he was going to do. The truth is, he had done the one day so that he could always have access to me thereafter, and that I wouldn't be completely mad at him. It took me a long time to realize that he does not care about my feelings. And these men will abandon you in your hour of need. So ladies, if you are going through an hour of need, you're going through a crisis, you have to move home. I had a friend who was moving home, and the guy she was dating at the time gave her his car and said, listen, take my car and use it to move. And he totally did not show up at all through the whole moving process, because that's her business, not his. I believe he went away and he came back and said, well, I was hoping you'd have done all this moving before I came back. This is a man who does not care about you. Last but absolutely not least, he only shows affection when he feels it is in a situation where he may be threatened, where another man may be showing you the attention, maybe showing you the love, maybe showing you what he is not. When this man begins to show you and starts to touch you and be affectionate because other men want you, because other men have their eyes on you, he doesn't care about your feelings. He doesn't care about you feeling loved all the time. He cares about cornering you, hoarding you, and shelving you. He does not care. Ladies, we can tell ourselves a whole bunch of stories, but as women, we do not have time on our side. Time is not built to serve a single woman. Time is blessed for a woman that is happily, peacefully, joyfully, purposefully married, because this is a man she's growing and living with. For the rest of us who are single, the older we get, the less the market responds to us. Whether we want to get married, whether we want to have children or not, it doesn't matter. What we don't have is time to waste on a man who is making it clear that he does not have a care about the way we feel at all, ever. I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll see you on my next one. In the meantime, do take care of you. Bye. This broadcast, you feel that you identify with anything that I have said, I want you to know that we're not leaving you on your own. Actually, I have created a complimentary initial call with my coaches. You will be able from today onwards to call one of the coaches and have a conversation about the particular issue that is bothering you. This call is completely free, no obligation. It is our ministry and our service to you to make sure that we get to touch base with you, understand what's going on with you, and actually give you a moment to speak with a professional, maybe even for the first time in your life. But I don't know how long I'll be able to offer this to you, my darling swan. But whilst it is here and you're watching this video, please find the link below, or if you're on Instagram, comment help. Take care of you.